Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to a nice little fun Saturday discussion video. So we got a lot of new news regarding just different things. VJump came out, and that's why VJump is a monthly magazine where a lot of new cards get revealed. Sometimes new things about the anime get revealed, and I don't know if this was in VJump or not, but we did get a little bit about episode 19, mainly about what Blue Angel is going to be doing in episode 19, an action that she's going to be taking, so I'm not going to talk about that until the end of this video. And I'll first go over the cards and some thoughts on that. We got probably Akira's Link Monster. I think it's pretty safe to say the Link Monster that Akira is going to use in the next episode, the Tindangle boss monster, if you will. We got a new archetype called Jack Knights, which I'm very excited to go over with you guys, and I'm very excited to see if you guys think these cards might be appearing in the anime. I'll give my thoughts on that as well, and also the debate, which one do you guys like more, Jack Knights or Tindangle? Most people I've talked to seem to prefer Jack Knights. They think it's a more potent kind of deck, but obviously you guys are the experts there, and I'll let you keep the debate up, and I'll be going over some of the monster effects, and more importantly, because this is more of an anime channel, me giving my thoughts on whether I think these cards could appear in the anime. And we're going to kick things off actually with a baby Firewall Dragon. That's probably what's been put in the title. The monster that we got is called Security Dragon, and as you can see, it literally is an adorable baby Firewall Dragon, and it is the next month's promo card. So it is a Link 2 light Cyburst monster. The links are the top and the bottom. A new Cyburst appears. Its effects is secret. It's a Link monster who is quite useful, even early on in the duel. Its effect will be revealed in next month's VJump, so enjoy waiting. So this is the first kind of unique... I shouldn't say this is the first, I shouldn't say upgrade, that's the wrong word. This is the first variation of Firewall Dragon we have gotten, and that is really, really cool, and it's this adorable looking baby Firewall Dragon. That's pretty much what I'm going to be referring to it as, actually known as Security Dragon. We don't know anything about its effects. We don't even know if it will appear in the anime, but I'd bet a lot of money that it will appear in the anime, because again, this is Yusaku's main ace, the main character of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, and we're not going to know its effects again until next month's VJump, which is going to be around episode 22-23. So we are not going to see this monster, obviously, in the anime before then, if they're going to reveal the effects in VJump next month. So don't expect to see this monster appear in the next 4 episodes. The earliest we'll probably see it appear is episode 23-24, and that might even be a little early. So that's just something to keep an eye on, but I would expect this monster to appear in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, definitely in the next 2 months or so, if not the next 2 months at some point. So that's really cool. I like the design. I'm very excited to learn what its effects are, and yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. So as we know, the current duel going on right now is between Yusaku and Akira, and a lot of people loved the start of this duel, episode 18. One of my favorite episodes. I saw so many people say it was one of their favorite episodes. It just exceeded a lot of expectations, because going into this, we didn't know anything about Akira, and we quickly learned that he ran a Tindangle deck. He did not Link Summon in episode 18, but clearly based on the 19 preview, clearly on this coming Wednesday, he is going to Link Summon, and it seems we got the Link Summon monster that he is going to use. So I'm going to read you that monster's effects and quickly go over it. So it is a Link 3 Dark Fiend Link effect monster known as Tindangle Acute Cerberus. It actually has 0 attack. You need 3 Tindangle monsters. I believe right now he has 2 Tindangle monsters, so literally all he needs to do is summon another Tindangle monster out on the field, and then Link Summon. While there are 3 or more different Tindangle monsters in your graveyard, including Tindangle Base Gardna, which will be in Akira's graveyard in this duel, this card gains 3,000 attack points. So you need Base Gardna in your grave. You need at least 2 other Tindangle monsters in your grave. 2 different ones, along with Base Gardna. They can't be 3 Base Gardnas, obviously. You need 3 or more different monsters. It gains 3,000 attack. So that 0 attack is kind of, I guess, it's there to maybe so that you can't link right into Cerberus, because as we know, this is mainly a stall deck, so you kind of have to stall a little bit to get Tindangle Base Gardna into your graveyard, because if you just don't draw Base Gardna, you can't get this monster to have any attack points. And then if it doesn't have any attack points from that effect, it has 2 other effects. This card gains 600 attack for each Tindangle monster it points to, so theoretically this monster can get up to 4,800 attack points based on its own effects, which is a crazy crazy beater. That is an extremely high amount. Of course, that's very difficult to do because you need 3 Tindangle monsters to link summon, and then you're going to need another 3 back onto the field and pointing to the zones, which is obviously very difficult to do. When a battle phase in which this card declared an attack ends, special summon 1 Tindangle token. It's, not really there for any stats, but obviously you would try to special summon it onto a link so that it would gain another 600 attack points. So this is a monster that pretty easily can get at least 3,600 attack, which is very, very high, but the only problem really is that it is a beater. Of course, if you use, maybe there's a trap card or other monster effects that you can use that could redirect attacks away from this monster, because this monster has no way of protecting itself. It really just is that. It's just a beater, but it is a very effective beater, a very strong beater. And so this is the monster that Akira most likely is going to use, which is very exciting. I don't know how this duel is going to end, honestly, and I'm very excited to see it play out. I'm very excited to see this Cerberus monster be animated because it looks kind of like Tindangle Hound. It looks gross and disturbing like all of the Tindangle monsters, like all of Akira's monsters do. So that will be very, very interesting to watch. But guys, and you guys let me know what you think of its effect, if you think its effect is good or bad. I know because it doesn't protect itself, it might not really be very good because, but maybe there's other Tindangle monsters that can protect it. I don't really remember the effects of all the monsters Akira used in that first duel, and I know we got a bunch of Tindangle monsters in this V-Jump, so maybe there was one that I didn't read yet or that Akira hasn't used that it can protect itself. But the big debate for this video will be Tindangle or Jack Knights. So Jack Knights are another archetype that we got, another Link archetype, and I'll just read you the Ace monster. It is a Link 3 light Cyburst effect monster, so that's very interesting. This is another Cyburst deck. Remember, the Knights of Hanoi, thought they destroyed the Cyburst. I doubt Yusaku is going to use Jack Knights because it just seems like this is its own archetype. Unless someone else uses Cyburst, unless maybe a new character comes out of nowhere and uses Cyburst, or in a big plot twist, Spectre uses it, I don't see this archetype honestly being in the anime. I just don't, because right now there's no one that we know besides Yusaku that uses Cyburst monsters unless this gets touched on way down the road. But remember, in 2 V-Jumps ago, I believe it was 2 V-Jumps ago, when we got Emma's deck, we also got the Crawler archetype, which I speculated maybe was going to be Akira's deck, maybe was going to be Spectre's deck, and it doesn't look, well, we don't know what Spectre's deck is yet, but the Crawler's archetype are also linked to that whole lore story, so I don't think they're going to be used in the anime. And much like that, I don't think Jack Knights will be used in the anime, but you guys let me know your opinions on that, and let me know if you like the Jack Knight archetype more than the Tindangle archetype. But anyway, it is a Link 3 light Cyburst effect monster, 3,000 attack points. While there are no cards in the same column as this card, it can attack directly. So if you get this card onto the field and your opponent's got no monsters in the same column and you have no monsters in the same column, boom, 3,000 life points gone just like that. While this card in the extra monster zone is not pointing to a card, it cannot be destroyed by effects or targeted by opponent's card effects. So there's the big thing. Both of these monsters have 3,000 attack points, and yes, the Tindangle one can gain more attack points, but this can protect itself. And not only that, this can also attack directly. So that seems of like a very, very good effect to me. And then the final effect, which you can only use once per turn, you can send one card you control in the same column as this card to the graveyard, special summon 1 Jack Knights card from your deck in face-up position. So I believe what that means is even if you have a monster in the same column as this card, you can get rid of it. You can send it to the graveyard, special summon another card and put it not in the same column, not in the same monster zone column, and then be able to attack directly if you cleared out the column like that, which seems to be a really, really awesome effect. And the materials are 2 or more Jack Knight monsters. The name of it, Seikon no Jack Knights, Jack Knight of the World Scar. And the designs look pretty awesome. There was one other Jack Knight effect that seemed very, very ridiculously overpowered, but maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, and it is Scars Left by the World Legacy. It's actually the field spell card. And the third effect for this card, you can banish 6 different Jack Knight monsters from your grave and or face-up side on your field, send all cards in your opponent's hand and in their extra deck to the graveyard. That seems, when I first read that, I was like, Jesus Christ, if you do that, the freaking duel is pretty much over. But you're destroying a lot of your own deck to get that effect. getting 6 different Jack Knight monsters from your grave or face-up side of the field is not easy to do. Even if you run a card like the Grass is Greener, which lets you send half of your cards from your deck to the grave, and you can send 20 cards right off the bat to the graveyard, you not only need to be lucky and hope that 5 different or 6 different Jack Knight monsters appear, but honestly, if you do that, then your opponent loses their entire extra deck and their entire hand. So if you can do that on the first turn, which you would imagine you'd start with at least one Jack Knight monster in your hand that you can summon onto the field and then activate the effect. If you play something like Grass or something that gets your deck into the graveyard, that is actually, if you can do that in the first turn, a pretty much game-clinching effect, unless your opponent's got a lot of graveyard effects from the monsters that you sent to the graveyard. But, Jesus, that seems honestly like a really, really ridiculous field spell. And on top of that, your Jack Knight monsters gain an attack boost, and you can discard a Jack Knight or a World Legacy card to draw another card. So that just seems like a very, very good field spell. But you guys let me know. Maybe it's not as amazing as I think it is. You guys are obviously the experts there. That's just my amateurish opinion on it. But anyway, we're going to move on very quickly. Also, let me know Tindangles or Jack Knights, because I would love to hear you guys down below. We are, again, going to move on to just a very minor thing that we got about episode 19 in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. So we got this picture of Blue Angel, yelling or whatever she's doing. As we know, she's watching the duel from afar. She hasn't made her appearance known. According to Totally Not Director Ono, who is a good friend of mine, DMC, really great guy, does all our translations. This is what it basically says. Playmaker is in a pinch. Blue Angel steps in, not to duel, to try to reason with her brother. Another person who translated it said, because of Aui's, please, Akira, and as we know, this is actually going to happen based on the 19 summary, Akira gives away the information. Akira gives away the incident in the past, and he's doing it because of his sister intervening. This is going to be the first time Blue Angel stands up to her brother. This is going to be the first time we see all these characters kind of interacting with each other, because the last time this happened, Blue Angel was unconscious, and this is a time where Blue Angel is taking the side of Playmaker. She's taking the side of Yusaku against her brother, and obviously Akira, that's going to be enough to make him give away the incident. And it's not like he doesn't want to give away the incident per se, it's just he feels responsible, I think. I think he feels self-responsible for the issue that happened because he's worked for this company for so long, and he wants to be the one to reveal it and bring it to the light. He feels it's his duty and not Playmaker, who's already suffered a great deal. That's just the way I think he views it, and it's kind of an understandable way to view it. But from Yusaku's and Kusanagi's point of view, as we saw their freak out in episode 19, that's not the way to that's not the correct way to handle this situation. So it should be a really, really awesome episode, especially for Blue Angel's character development. She's finally standing up to her brother, and she's the reason that Playmaker is going to learn about the incident in the middle of this duel. And then what happens from there? Because the duel doesn't really need to end at that point, right? They're dueling so that Playmaker doesn't recover these memories, but if Akira tells him the story, then what's the point of finishing the duel? That honestly to me means that Akira could walk away victorious, even though Yusaku, Ignis is on the line, and because of that, Akira probably won't. I feel like right after Akira tells the story, someone's going to intervene. We also know based on the 19 cast list, there's no weird names on that cast list, so if someone was to intervene, it probably would not be till episode 20 or 21, which we have no information about, and DMC also told me that the magazine that usually prints the month's summaries printed them without 20 and 21. So I don't know if that was a mistake, or they just ran out of space or something weird was going on. DMC couldn't recall a time that this happened. I couldn't recall a time that this happened where they just forgot to print the entire month's summaries out, or the month's titles even. So we have no info on 20 and 21. We probably will not get info on 20 or 21 until their respective cast lists on Tuesday morning. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, guys, we definitely talked about a lot in this video, and tomorrow, I was going to do this today, I'm going to do it tomorrow, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, 25 things the English dub changed. I already have the script written out and the audio recorded, just have to edit. That will come out tomorrow. I know I delayed that a bit, especially if you follow me on Twitter, so thank you guys for bearing with me. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you so much for the support. I will talk to you guys down below. Have an amazing day.